they can truly put in place, because maybe they've done their research as well, but trying to convince their advisor that, hey, I think this is something that we really need to consider.
So again, that is a very great question. And interviewing your advisor, just like you would interview your doctor, interview your lawyer, it is important that you ask them those questions. What are your philosophies? So again, that is a very great question. And interviewing your advisor, just like you would interview your doctor, interview your lawyer, it is important that you ask them those questions. What are your philosophies? How long have you been in the industry? Um, what is your knowledge about X, Y, Z, ABC? But then also the firm that they work for. There, people think, oh, I'm going to, Kalisha Carter firm because I've heard about it on TV. Well, guess what? Some of them may not do certain investments. And so it's very important that you know not only the profile of the professional, the financial professional that you're using, you should also know the mission of the advising company or the brokerage firm that you're using, because they're not really all created equal. Some
That's
do
true.
different things. Some invest in different things. Some, have a specialty.
Hmm.
And so those are very important questions to ask when you are going, to an investment firm. What's your specialty? How long have you been around? And those will help you know, because again, it's like a relationship, y'all. Y'all know in dating, right? It's a man is not just a man, not a man. You need to know where he's from. We need to know what he likes. How did he treat his mama? All these things you need to know. You out there, you got to do the interview. So that's the same, y'all, with investment advisories too. You have to do the interview, and then based on your values,
Hmm.
based on your goals, is where you should land, because it is very much a relationship. And you could get into a situationship. So you need to be very careful, when you're going ahead and do your interview.
Oh gosh, I love that. The fact that you said to do an interview is so crucial, because, as you said, like, we will maybe go with the big company as well, because yeah, they have the reputation, but there are certain things you have to consider, as you said, like, are their goals in alignment with mine, based on your risk tolerance and the things that you like to invest in. Do they even believe in that specific asset class? Because if they don't, you're gonna have a hard time, and then you're gonna be like, well, all in, and then you're gonna put all advisors in one box, because you had such a bad experience with one person, and then you make it hard for someone else. So that was a really good point, Natalie, to interview your advisors, like to see if you guys are a good fit, and do your own research as well as to the type of asset class that you truly want to invest in. So I know we're coming close to an end. Did I just say close to an end? Does that make sense? Close to an end? I don't know. But guys, if you
We
have
can
more
come
questions,
close to an end.
close to an end, right?